I work with Panoptic Solutions. We're a veteran-owned and operated business. We've been in operation since 2010. We work with top-tier clientele and we use top-tier personnel around Southeast Asia and Australia. We're based on the Gold Coast, the most beautiful part of Australia. Best city, best beaches, best people, and we love what we do down there. We love to partner with other organisations and companies throughout the world as they bring their family offices, their clients, their principals, their corporations down to Australia and the broader Asia Pacific region. Look, it's been really great to be here, and thanks to everyone that's been involved in setting up this event. The opportunity to network in America with the absolute cream of the crop in the industry has been amazing. It's also been a great opportunity to reconnect with some old friends and tell some old stories, and one of those came up today, which is sort of one of the more challenging things that we've had to deal with, the environment in Australia. So everywhere is seasonal. I mean, we all have seasons no matter what we're doing. We were working with a really amazing team that had travelled over from LA. They'd come out to one of the remote parts of Australia. There hadn't been any forecast storms, and as we're traversing through the bush, heading out to the rural remote property that we're looking after the principal at, we had a flash flood come up, and the guys that we were working with hadn't expected this, and our vehicles weren't able to get through the flash flood. So we were in a position where we're trying to drive principals through a river crossing. The vehicles are floating. We couldn't load them out with rocks. We've got the boss in the back. We've got all the protective team with us, and they're sort of just freaking out at just, this is just another element of Australia trying to kill people in a different way. If it's not our wildlife, then it's our actual land and our terrain. So add to that, poor Jimmy, I think he's here today. I don't know if he's going to come and speak to you, but we had him on the ropes with the drop bears. We'd given him the instruction that when you're out in the bush in Australia, you can't be anywhere without a jar of Vegemite, because the only thing that keeps the drop bears away from you is the Vegemite behind the ears. And then a couple of the boys from the team were also talking about the hoop snakes, which I don't know if anyone out there is aware of hoop snakes, but they're one of the more ferocious predators in Australia. What they'll end up doing is they'll bite their own tail, and then they'll form into a circle and they'll roll towards you, and then they'll attack you like that. So it's an incredibly dangerous environment, and when faced with terrain that's flooding you out and you can't get the principal in or out, it can become pretty intimidating. So, these are some of the things that we face on a regular occurrence in Australia when we're trying to work with families. But at the end of the day, the operation goes well. We've got the local experience. We can get through. We understand all the tips and tricks that need to be known in order to be successful. So, yeah, that was just one sort of difficult situation that we dealt with. So I think at the moment, everyone's talking about South China Sea, Taiwan, what's going to happen in that conflict area. Closer to home for us in Australia, a lot of our work is focused around the Pacific, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea. It's supporting families that are recreational, enjoying the beautiful tourism and the sites and places that you can go all through the Pacific. So a big focus for us is on supporting that corporate environment when they're coming out for board meetings and enjoying Australia for what it is, or recreational trips for family offices. That's our core business. That's our focus of where we want to be. Good question. I'm actually in discussions with a couple of guys back home in Australia around whether or not we can establish a working group or a unit between, or not a unit, but yeah, a working group or a committee between different partnerships, companies, private enterprise, government, to address or look at what the use of force options are for ultra high net worth protection in executive protection in Australia. Because at the moment, you can have a firearm for cash in transit for sums of say $10,000. However, if you're looking after an ultra high net worth individual worth billions of dollars, it's illegal to carry a firearm, which when you think of it in a context of, as Secretary of State Tillman put so well before, if you're in a .gov agency, you're armed to the teeth. If you're in a .com environment, you've got nothing. There's no tools at your disposal. So it's all gift of the gab, chat, conversations, planning, which I think stands our firms out well in advance of where other people might rely on tools of the trade that they're holding onto physically. We're always thinking one step ahead. It's that if then or what if thinking. So do we need firearms? I think it would be a great tool to hold and have. I don't think we need them though. But there needs to be a discussion about how it looks in Australia, especially use of force options. Just want to say thanks to EP Wide for giving us the opportunity. I mean, I know there's a lot of people in the industry that want to get up and have a say or speak their piece, but EP Wide have provided that funnel for us to express ourselves and giving us a really great opportunity to talk about what we do and who we are. So thank you, EP Wide.